I flew Saudia business class for the first time ever, and what I found was such a surprise. Want to know why? Stay tuned. So after a very easy connection, it didn't take me more than 15 minutes to get from my A321neo, the KLM flight, which there'll be a separate video about, which I'll link down below, maybe up top here. Look around for that link if you're interested. But now I've gotten to the main event of today, which is Saudia down to Jeddah. That's exiting the warm comfort of familiarity for me and into the unknown, really. I've never flown Saudia, never been to Saudi Arabia, and yeah, I'm excited to see what it's like. I've heard mixed reviews, like some very bad ones, so who knows. But anyway, it's something very different, and in my new life as an SAS Elite Plus with SkyTeam, you know, I gotta get to know these SkyTeam carriers. So let's go over there. It's already boarding, really early actually, 45 minutes before. I'm gonna go do that. Alright, so first impressions of Saudia, so good. I was not expecting this. It's a very warm atmosphere on board, good vibes. You can just feel that it's a good crew and that there's gonna be really good hospitality on this one, which is something you associate with the Arab world in general, and I hear the Saudis are famous for this too. A lot of the cabin crew are not Saudi, but nevertheless, they seem to be embodying the best of that. It reminds me a lot of Qatar Airways, actually. I know I always compare everything to Qatar Airways, but they are my gold standard. So it's always useful to use them as a benchmark. The branding, I'm obsessed. This amenity kit, I wouldn't give that away for $1,000. It's so cool. I love that logo and the way they're using the colors and the lines. Arabic coffee, dine on demand. I mean, the cabin is not as pretty, it's not as colorful as the Qatar Airways cabins. It's maybe a little bit bland, a little bit kind of, I don't know what it is. It's a bit beige, but otherwise, so impressed. Great vibes. I hope it continues like this because this is far above the expectations I had coming in, and that's so fun when that happens with an airline. When you don't expect too much, it's probably a good way to, you know, approach any flight, really. And then those expectations get exceeded like this. Man, can't wait to see how the rest of this roughly 5.5 hour flight goes. Definitely having an awesome time. In any case, discovering this whole new airline, whole new place to travel to. It's always my favorite. So good. Cardamom in there, amazing. And you know, obviously Saudia, dry airline, no alcohol on board. And that may be a drawback for some who like to hit the bottles when they're doing premium cabin travel. I know I've been no stranger to that practice in the past, but at the moment I'm trying to drink a lot less on trips, and in the air especially. I end up feeling so much better after. If I'm doing 9-10 flights in 9 days, it just makes such a difference cumulatively not to drink. And so being on Saudia, where they have a really nice menu of non-alcoholic drinks, with that in mind, they have to beef up the selection for people who aren't drinking or unable to drink champagne and the like, and spirits. So they have a really nice smoothies, juices, you name it, chai, so that's great. Alright, so it's my first time using one of these DJI mics, which I've seen people use in flight. And how about that light, huh? I've seen people use these in flight, and they seem to pick up sound really well when you talk close to them. So we're trying this out. I thought I might show you the amenity kit and headphones and all that kind of stuff. This thing is so beautiful. I just love this. Amazing colors. Alright. Quite a soft and supple little Saudia eye mask. Boy. Love the colors. Is this, no, I was going to say Dutch, but it seems to be from Oslo. A scented stick, amber infatuation. Earplugs with beautiful logo. Face cream, face cleanser, and a nice dental kit. And a very reusable pouch, I think. This looks, I don't know about this opening, is not my favorite, but it gives you lots of space, right? You can put a lot of stuff in there if you want to, unlike many of these kits, which are single zipper. So I'll definitely be trying that out, reporting back on its utility as a sort of ongoing case for things. I can also put gear in there, that's handy. Mics and things like that. Although so far I'm so impressed by this DJI mic set. This is the DJI Mic 2. I finally got it after seeing so many people using it. It comes in this little case, which is a charging case. So you can charge the whole thing, all the pieces at once. The two transmitters and the receiver, they all go in here, and you can charge it with one USB cable. It also holds power, so you can stick them in there and they charge. And it all gets put into this really handy little case. So I'm really happy with all my cases today, as you can see. Saudia, DJI. Some brands and some airlines could learn a thing or two from this. I mean, come on. It's just so nice. All right, let's look at the headphones. Very on brand. Big green with golden zipper and logo. Green headphones. Wow. They seem to be off-brand. I mean, they're not branded, so we'll give them a try, see if they're any good. I have my doubts. I generally prefer my Bose to anything the airlines offer, but we'll see. They look cool though. For style, they win. So I'm noticing that I'm in row 4, and by the time the flight attendant got to my row, they were out of the dessert I wanted. And I hear behind me that at row 5, they were out of the Saudi Arabian sort of banquet style meal, which is obviously what you want to get on this flight. That's the most interesting by far. They have a few other a la carte items, but to my mind, they're not nearly as interesting. So it is something to keep in mind, maybe, especially at outstations. If you're departing an outstation on Saudia, try and sit further forward in the cabin so you get your order taken first, because it seems like they don't stock an abundance of each item, including ones that seem like they would be the most popular. So I really wanted the sticky toffee date pudding, and she was saying that they actually, because out of Amsterdam, they think people are going to want stroopwaffel. So they stock more stroopwaffel and less of the date pudding. But it seems to be the other way around. Everybody wants the date pudding, and that sounds about right to me. I'm going to try the stroopwaffel. I'm not too upset about it, but it would have been nice to have that. So a few rows further up might not be a terrible idea. You trade away engine and wing view if you're into that kind of thing like I am. But if you're not filming, it's less of a big deal. I'd probably prioritize the food choice over the excellent view. Anyway, also, I'd add that right here, row 4, I often do this. I end up in these 787 seats where it's missing a window. Not a big deal. You have a window here, but you don't have that second one. So you have to look a little forward to get the proper view. But anyway, totally comfortable seat. After they do the meal service, we'll try it out fully flat and see how it is with that. But I haven't even touched it. I haven't reclined it at all, and it's super nice, comfy. All very premium feeling. I'm very happy with this so far. Check out the entertainment as well. Saudia also offers dine on demand, which is always such a luxurious perk and a rare one in business class too. So I'm enjoying this flight a lot. The meal service took a long time, but then again, there wasn't that much else that I needed to do. It was fine to sort of hang out and try some of the drink. And the main part of the food service was delicious, exactly what I look for in a flight with a Middle Eastern airline, kind of local rice and chicken with some really good baba ganoush with pomegranate and pita bread and a nice little salad, and everything was just right. The dessert was a bit of a letdown. That was a weird stroopwaffel kind of cake with way too much on it for one thing, but also most importantly, it was impossible to bite down on it. It was so hard. So too bad. I shouldn't have gone for the stroopwafel, but these things happen, and I can forgive them that one. I just wish that that sticky toffee date pudding had been available. But what can you do? Sometimes you don't get it all perfect, and you don't get everything you wanted. Anyway, I'm loving the service, loving everything about the kind of vibe on board and all the stuff, all the beautiful coasters, and they brought out chocolates. I had the karak chai, delicious. So yeah, really pleased overall. And like I said before, it's carried on the fact that I've been very pleasantly surprised. Having heard some things about Saudia that it wasn't the best, maybe even sometimes quite disappointing, and I guess maybe it is variable. It could be that it's not very consistent. It's difficult to judge an airline based on just one flight. However, this has been just great and way above what I expected, so that's always a really nice feeling. And really a big part of that is the cabin crew, who are just fantastic, right up and down from the in-flight service manager to the rest of them. They're just great. So nice. Now it's dark out. We can't see anything below. We're almost over Egypt. A couple hours left to go. I just made the mistake of watching the second Joker movie, which was interesting but so depressing. God, I'm like really down now. I'm getting kind of tired, so I guess I'll take it easy. I don't know, find something else to watch, maybe a comedy, and try out this seat in the flat or almost flat position. We'll see how that is. I'm sure it's going to be nice. But yeah, overall, just nice flight, and I'll catch up again with you with a final verdict, which I don't guess will change much after I get in to Jeddah. I spent the last 2 hours watching the new Beetlejuice movie, highly recommend, and the flight attendant very promptly brought over a tray of what he called movie snacks. I loved that. Finally in the room here, it's almost 1 in the morning. It might actually be 1 in the morning. 8 minutes to 1 in the morning. We landed at 11:13, and things kind of went downhill from there. The flight was great. I really can't fault Saudia at all. Like I said, exceeded my expectations. Super happy with the result there. And I made a rookie mistake. I know better but I checked my rolling bag, which can be a carry-on, no problem. But I often like to check it if I can in order to have both hands free to film. So it just makes the shooting thing easier. It's one less thing to worry about along the way. And also some other things with like security. I can put some stuff in there that I don't have to take out as security. However, I usually don't do it on the outbound, on the first part of a journey, because of what happened right now. I have just 24 hours less in Jeddah, and then I'm moving on and on basically every day after that. And the bag is still in Schiphol. So for the rest of this 9-day trip, I think I'll be lucky if I see that bag at all. So now that's a bit of a headache, isn't it? Yeah, things weren't really going my way at the airport. I also couldn't activate little eSIM I purchased. It was like I couldn't get Uber on the phone, and then I had to anyway, it worked out. I got a taxi. It was a little confusing with where to find the taxi, but it seems like everyone was kind of relaxed. A little bit hard to figure out, a little bit vague, the process, but everyone was relaxed and friendly. And drove in here. Now I'm way too tired. I'm going to stop talking. But anyway, successful day with KLM A321neo, the other video, and this one, Saudia. Let me know what you thought and whether this makes you want to give Saudia a try. I don't know. Some of you out there might be like me. They wouldn't have really looked to actively fly Saudia, right? I mean, I never really sought it out. I always thought, it's not going to be great. But yeah, I was wrong. So that's really nice. Anyway, thanks for coming along, and that's it. See you on the next one. Go fair.